We are back live inside the Bill Harris Arena, getting set for women's quarterfinal action now. It'll be the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State University meeting the Lady Rams of Albany State University. Winner pushing on to the semifinals on tomorrow. Starting lineups already being introduced here inside the Bill Harris Arena for the Thoroughbreds. It'll be Zaria Kilgo, Brooke Wallace, Winter Webb, Jordan Campbell, and Brittany Ritzy. For the Thoroughbreds, they won their first round outing against the Lady Lions of Payne College, 81-58, and they are here in the quarterfinal round. For the Lady Rams of Albany State, they will go with Ashante Layfield, the senior, Ashley Johnson, the sophomore, Tyra Thompson, the freshman, Kayla Green, the junior, and Alicia Foster, the junior, for the Lady Rams. They're coached by Robert Skinner. Skinner in his 27th year at Albany State, and Terrence Slater, the head of the Thoroughbreds, there in his second year. Officials for this afternoon's quarterfinal matchup: Terrell Johnson, Markeisha Smith, and Keisha Brown with the play call in this quarterfinal action here from the Bill Harris Arena. Our continuing coverage on HBCU Game Day, still here inside the arena. Glad you could join us. Charles Ward, Tolly Carr, and Toby Durham with the production facilities here as we continue our coverage of the 2018 SIAC basketball tournament. Quarterfinal action in this ball game. The winner pushes on to the semifinals on Friday. The winner will meet the Lady Marauders of Central State, who defeated Benedict 78-56 on Wednesday. Action has begun now. Thoroughbreds in a half-court set. They will work at left side. That's Winter Webb with the basketball. And now popping out there is Brooke Wallace. Underneath they go. Shots off the mark. Rebound to the Lady Rams of Albany State. Ashante Layfield handles out front. Now across the floor she goes to Ashley Johnson. First playoff basketball game for the Lady Rams, who finished second in the West. Thoroughbreds fourth in the East. At the block, right side, Foster. Basketball partially deflected. Turnover gives it to the Thoroughbreds. First quarter action in quarterfinal play here. Basketball to Campbell. Back to Ritzy for three. Ritzy drains it from the outside. So Ritzy with 17 points in the opening round win over the Lady Lions with her first points of this ball game. It's a three-pointer. Lady Rams there into the floor. Back out front for three. Shot there and on the mark by Kayla Green. So Green with the three for the Lady Rams, and we're tied at three.
Charles, just to let everybody know, a little housekeeping. We got one camera we got to reconnect. We're connected wirelessly, and after it's been a long week, one camera says, I'm a little tired here.
So you mean you want me to do 23 games?
Yeah. So we're working on reestablishing the connection from our up-top camera, so forgive us for some little crude cutaways here. You might not see every exact thing, but listen to Charles. He'll tell you what's going on.
Toby Durham going to make sure that takes place for us. Miss on the Albany State end of the floor on the inside. Foster had space but not able to connect. On a give and go there, Ritzy not able to knock it down for the Thoroughbreds. So we go back the other way now, pushing the basketball as Johnson underneath. Missed on the shot. Foster there with the putback. Lid is closed right now for the Lady Ram cylinder as that shot was off the mark. They'll have another look here, though, as the basketball's turned over by the Thoroughbreds in the backcourt. So Albany State now, half-court set. We're tied at three apiece. Out front with the basketball is Layfield. Right side, Johnson. Now at the block they go inside to Thompson. Left side challenging Green on the shot and a whistle inside.
So Charles Claflin 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Making it to the semifinals. Albany State would love to say the same thing.
They have that possibility as well. Men's action coming on the quarterfinals after this contest. Golden Rams will be meeting the Panthers of Clark Atlanta on the men's side.
Kind of interesting. She lines up really far to the left side there.
Don't see that very often, do you? That staggered of approach to the free throw.
It works.
It sure did. She got them both from the line. So Green with the free throws and a steal in the backcourt by the Lady Rams. All front now, Layfield works it up to Thompson. 7:30 left, first period. Behind the arc, squaring is Green. She'll slide near the top now. Leaves it back behind there for Johnson. Now she'll take a turn inside all the way through. Left-handed lay-in. And Johnson got it for the Lady Rams. Teams met once during the regular season. Lady Rams won that one 74-55. They would love to have a similar result here in this quarterfinal ball game. That ball game up in Frankfort on the Kentucky State campus. 7-3 lead right now. A pick there at the mid-stripe. Johnson stole it away. She'll go underneath, and she's fouled. Johnson took an awkward fall there, but seems to be okay. Winter Webb, the freshman, commits that foul. That's her first. So Ashley Johnson shooting here on the season. 78% free throw shooter for the sophomore from Flossmoor, Illinois. Transferred to Albany State from conference rival, the Tigerettes of Tuskegee University.
Oh.
Rattled and missed that first free throw.
That's crossing enemy lines.
Boy,
there.
Yeah, you're almost really surprised the Lady Rams took her. You came from where?
Are you a mole?
She goes and gets the free throws from the line there. Ritzy pressured in the backcourt. Lady Rams, one of their trademark status is that full court pressure. Coach Robert Skinner, 27 years there at Albany State. Always a part of his repertoire to get a team that's able to press up and down the floor. Skinner with championships in 1996, 98, and most recent in 2015. 6:27 remains. Inside the paint, extended jumper there by Green, knocks off the mark. 8-3 lead for the Lady Rams. Timeout on the floor comes with 6:21 in this first period of play, and it comes with the Lady Rams leading at 8-3 over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Take a quick break here as well. This is HBCU Game Day and our continuing coverage of SIAC tournament action. Back live, Bill Harris Arena after the timeout. 8-3 lead for the Lady Rams of Albany State over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Campbell with the basketball, hard move right side, shot rejected at the block. Good defensive work there by Tyra Thompson to get that block for the Lady Rams. They run it down in traffic, and the turnover by Layfield sends it back to the Thoroughbreds. Ritzy, left side with the pass to Webb. Now they throw the basketball away, and they'll get a chance as it was tipped to stay on the offensive side. 16 seconds to shoot now. Ritzy with the first three of the ball game for the Thoroughbreds goes to the rack right side and missed on the lay-in, but a whistle, she'll go to the line. So the foul called on Ashley Johnson, the sophomore for the Lady Rams. And Ritzy to the free throw line. Knocked the first one down for the Thoroughbreds as Herbert onto the floor now for the Thoroughbreds into the lineup. Kalia Herbert, 5'10", freshman from Crete, Illinois. Ritzy good, both free throws, make it 8-5. Lady Rams with the lead and basketball. Out front handling it is Johnson. Johnson slides right side, left it in the corner there for Taisha Davis, who just got on the floor. Now they go down at the block there. That's Foster. Whistles, and Foster guilty of the travel violation. So turnover number 2 for the Lady Rams gives the basketball back over to the Thoroughbreds with 5:18 left in the first half. Foul unextended, left side Campbell. Now down in the corner, that's Kilgo with the basketball. And they work it back out front to Ritzy. Woman-to-woman defense here by the Lady Rams early on. Ritzy tried to dump it down low and turn it over. Thompson up the floor now, left flank with the jump shot. Shots off by Davis. And we go back the other way. So Lady Rams with an 8-5 lead. Thoroughbreds with the basketball in a half-court set. Up top, that's Campbell with the basketball. She'll fire the jumper from out there. They missed on the shot, but they get the rebound, and they have another look with a fresh 30. Campbell with 21 points, 10 rebounds, the double-double in their first round win over Payne. And Ritzy handles left side. Down in the corner, that's Herbert. Back out front, Campbell. She'll push a three-pointer there, front of the cylinder. Missed on the shot, but another Thoroughbred rebound. And Ritzy creases the rim with her three-point shot, but yet another Thoroughbred rebound. This time Wallace able to convert on the inside with the layup. So 3 opportunities for the Thoroughbreds. That one trip down the floor, not to the liking of Coach Robert Skinner, trying to get some help down on the inside. And back the other way, he does get some help on the offensive side of the floor. As on the inside, they get a basket. So the basket by Foster on the inside makes it 10-7. Lady Rams leading the Thoroughbreds. Now Thoroughbreds half-court set. They try to get it down low to Campbell. She almost lost it, but regains. 10 to shoot now for Kentucky State. Ritzy out front now with 6. Pushes right corner free with the jumper. That one looks hard and is hard by Kilgo. And the Lady Rams converge for the rebound. Out front Layfield. 3 minutes left, first period. Quick moving first period in this quarterfinal ball game. Nice head fake. Johnson with the jumper. Shots off the mark. Battle forward inside. A steal by Layfield left side. She can't convert. And here come the Thoroughbreds back the other way. Ritzy right side. Can't get it to fall. That was a good defensive stop there by Johnson on the coverage of Ritzy coming down right side. Three-pointer by Davis. That's off the mark.
All right, we got our camera back online, Charles, and pretty good game here. Only a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, early on. 2:21 remaining. Told you that Toby would make sure we're good with those cameras.
Man, Toby's been running up and down the stairs so much today here in Birmingham. No, we're going to have to get him some of those orthotics for Christmas. Dr. Scholes.
Yeah, after you get me the HBCU game day T-shirt, which looks like it's going to be Christmas before I get that as well, right?
I promised to a few other people out there. I haven't quite made it to the mailbox yet.
In other words, get in line, huh? Whistles down at the block now on the penetration by the Lady Rams. And 1:53 left in the basketball game. Full-scale substitutions here for Coach Robert Skinner.
All right, I'm just going to throw a wild card out to you. Do you remember a time where a university has swept the SIAC championship, men and women, same year?
Good question.
We have some candidates this year.
Sure do. That's a good question. Have to go back. I know we could find it online, Toby, if we went to the SIAC website.
Toby, add that to the list of things
you to do, right? Yeah. Get those cameras straight and find out about this. Down low, the Golden Rams turn it over. I know Eric Tabor's down there at Albany State with that viewing party down there. I'm sure he knows the answer.
Oh, my gosh.
He'll likely come in with a text to let us know, or tweet or something to let us know.
Multiple texts.
So we're assigning tasks to people that aren't a part of the production.
Putting everybody to work.
All of you out there listening, if you know, let us know.
We still need somebody to wipe the floor down there.
Sure.
So you got a good ball boy. Send him my way.
Chantrell Holland, the freshman on the floor for the Lady Rams, missed on an easy putback on the inside. So the basketball back to the Thoroughbreds with 67 seconds left in this first period. Top of the key now with the basketball is Erica Jones. Her shot is off the mark. Teams fairly cold from the floor, each with 13 attempts. Lady Rams with 3 baskets. Thoroughbreds with 2 and a whistle on the inside. They'll count this one now for the Lady Rams. And to the rack, it'll be Alexandria James, the freshman, to shoot free throws. I'm going to try this, Tolly, as we take a look in on the viewing party down at Albany State inside the Hyper Gym.
It takes a few seconds before they see themselves. What's up down there to everybody at Albany State?
Yes, good job there. Thanks for checking us out, and thanks for checking the ball game. Glad you all are doing it in the community spirit. Britzy, that is, missed on the three-point shot. They got to be happy right now. Lady Rams with a 13-7 lead and sliding the paint. The whistle on the play. James guilty of the travel violation.
Yeah, that crowd will probably grow into the evening down there in Albany as the men up next. That's going to be a good one. Albany State, Clark Atlanta.
So glad you all are watching in down in Albany. 26 seconds left in this first period of play. Jones up top, right flank to Rizzi. On the move, Rizzi, right flank, and she got the jumper.
So there goes my defender.
So Rizzi with that basket. And Rizzi with 7 of the 9 K-State points. And at the buzzer, Alexandria James, the freshman, knocks it down inside the paint for the Lady Rams. After the first period, Lady Rams 15, Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State 9. Back with more basketball after the break. Back to live action now. Lady Rams half-court set, second period. They lead it 15-9. James works it in the corner. Jump shot there. Rattled by Jamia Bowman, and Bowman can't get it to fall. Go back the other way now. The Thoroughbreds have the basketball, with Albany State leading it 15-9. Winner of this ball game advancing to the semifinals on tomorrow. They'll meet the Marauders of Central State, whoever wins this contest. James again foul line extended with a shot. Missed that one though. So Rizzi across the halftime mid stripe now. She'll work it left side. 9:08 left first half. Right corner, that's Kilgo.
Nice screen up top for the three. Oh, in and out, everything but the net.
Sure. Had a good look there, Gret, as you indicate, a terrific screen to free her. Right flank, soft jumper there by Bowman, off the mark, fights for her own rebound after the shot, tapped out of bounds by Jones for the Thoroughbreds.
Oh,
and will stay with the Lady Rams.
These are some stingy rims. They'll let the ball go all the way in and then push it back out.
So Bowman to inbound it. Whistles. Standing on the inbound line after receiving the entry pass was Holland, so the turnover sends it back to the Thoroughbreds. Kayla Green back out on the floor now for Coach Skinner and Albany State. She'll replace Holland. after the mental miscue of standing on the line. Ritzy on the half-court set now, top of the key to Campbell. 8:33 left first half.
NBA range. Oh, but a college result. So.
Yeah, about a developmental league return on that one. 8:24 remaining first half of play. Albany State with the 15-9 lead and the basketball. Left corner now. Manera Drummond just got on the floor, and James comes away with it. Now Drummond left corner on the move. At the block. Rejected there by Campbell, but it comes across the floor to Green, and Green with space, opportunity, and she gets the basket there for the Lady Rams. Green with 7 in this first half of play. She leads Albany State in scoring. Shot there by the Thoroughbreds off the mark. James comes away with a rebound, pushes up the floor, left side, nicely done, and the conversion by Green.
Put the biscuit in the basket.
The freshman James leading with that pass down the floor.
Nice touch.
Campbell works left side and whistles on the play. Got a foul call down low. That foul going to be called against the Lady Rams of Albany State.
We have 5 fresh new faces on the court between both teams at this substitution. Albany State looking good right now with a 10-point lead, 7:28 to go in this period.
And traffic.
Kickball.
It will stay with the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Thoroughbreds looking to get it inside. A little difficulty doing that. They go back out to Ritzy. She'll push it inside to the rack. Missed on the lay-in. Rebound cleared by Foster for the Lady Rams. Left corner now. That's Johnson. On the move, right corner is Green now in traffic, and they throw the basketball away. So turnover number 8 there for the Lady Rams of Albany State. Thoroughbreds pushing back the other way, and they turn it over. Here comes Alexandria James. She'll go sideline, extend it with the jumper, and she can't convert there. And we're going back the other way. James, the freshman, though, providing a good spark here for Coach Robert Skinner. And the Lady Rams, they lead it by 10, 19-9. James, the freshman, will take a stab at this.
Good reach.
Polly, as the turnover comes to the Lady Rams. Turnover number 7 for the Thoroughbreds. And back the other way, Kayla Green.
Yeah, that's a good connection.
See the name of this city all the time when I'm going down to Tuskegee. This is the hometown of James. And it's just out before you get off on the route going to Tuskegee, Notasulga, Alabama.
Man, let me tell you, Alabama has some names of some towns that
Sure.
I've never heard that before.
A mixture of Native American sounding towns named in honor of them as you go on that trail. Back down the other way now. Lady Rams pushing it across the floor, and they commit a turnover.
Yeah, a lot of the English towns will repeat from state to state. And some things are just someone's name with Bill attached onto the end.
Yeah, that's right. Trying to claim some proprietary interest in the county.
Yeah. But when you get to Alabama, it's a different story.
Wetumpka comes to mind right away.
Yeah. That's where the old quarterback from Tuskegee, he was from there.
The left-handed guy you're talking about? Yeah.
My old brain will kick in a second.
Yeah,
I'll give you a name.
Same here. Enjoyed watching him play for several years. Somebody out there from Tuskegee watching in on the ball game. You can help us with our old age memories here.
Oh, I know it. I know his Twitter name. I just got to.
Well, see, you're the victim of this social media age. You know the guy by his Twitter name, but you don't remember his name.
Lacey. Yeah,
Kevin Lacey.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It just took a second.
All right,
Just took a second.
A little tag team there.
Yeah.
You got the second, I got the first, right? 5:07 left in this first half.
He's friends with RT on Twitter.
Is he really? Everybody's friends with RT. That's such a popular guy. And I just met him yesterday.
Yeah.
Under 5 remaining this first half.
That was a moment.
Another HBCU game day inside joke here.
Charles says, that's from RT. No, that means retweet.
And you don't mind repeating it, huh? James across the mid-stripe. Left corner now, Sierra Norman on the floor. Now they go back across the floor and out front now. That's Thompson popping with the jumper, and she knocks it down. That's a three-pointer.
Yeah, nice form. Nice rotation. Flick of the wrist.
4:26 left, first half. Albany State with a 24-9 lead. As Herbert handles out front now. Not sure what that move was about, like she was coming over this way to introduce herself to us. Jump shot, shots off the mark there by Webb. But another look, this Ritzy, and Ritzy knocks it down.
That's a cool basketball name.
Brittany Ritzy.
When the ball's in the air. Rizzy.
17 in the first round, already in double figures here with 10. Right flank now for 3. That's Johnson. Her shot's off the mark, but a backside rebound there by Norman. And another look here for the Lady Rams. On the move, right side, Johnson at the block. Gave it up on the inside. Soft jumper there by Foster, but she cannot connect. .326 left first half now. Ritzy, left side. Left corner with the jumper, Webb. Missed on that one, backside rebound, Albany State. Up the floor, trying to catch up with it right side to the rack. Good job by Johnson to hang on to it, and she actually drew a foul down at the block. .313 left in this first half. Take a look at the replay here. Charles Ward here with HBCU Game Day, joined by Polly Carr.
Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers Carr.
No.
Okay.
Stephen Gaither is Twitter fingers. I'm Twitter eyes. I'll read a lot. I don't type a lot on Twitter. That will come back to haunt you more often than not.
Having a good time down there now.
So 24-12 game here. Albany State has doubled up Kentucky State. Kentucky State wants to get their money's worth on this trip. See the faithful down there at Albany State. They have a watch party. Are they doing that? Hey, some of you guys do the shoop dance down there. We've been having a good time with that. Can you guys do the shoop down there? Let's hang with it. Yeah, they're doing it. You can't sit down and do the shoop. You got to get up and shoot. Oh, y'all not ready. Too early, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Too early. Okay.
We'll wait for that action to pick up. Then they'll start.
I think guys do the shoot more than the girls do the shoot, as I talk
there you go now.
I talk like somebody's granddaddy, the shoot.
Got somebody down at that watch party doing a little version of that shoot. After the timeout, now at the line, it'll be Ashley Johnson shooting.
I know Eric Tabor doesn't do the shoot.
That would be something to see.
Staggered free throw here.
Johnson missed the first, missed them both from the line, but the rebound comes to Norman, and the Lady Rams with another look. Left side free in the corner now. That's Johnson. She can't get the shot off. Now she'll look to the inside, trying to get it to Udofia, who just got on the floor. And left side with the jumper, Layfield got some space, can't convert. We're under 3 minutes remaining. Lady Rams leading by a dozen over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Out front now, that's Kilgo. Gives it over to Jones. And now Campbell circles with the basketball. Ritzy takes a chance with it now with 10 seconds to shoot. She'll go all the way through, and she's fouled. So Ritzy with the head down going to the rack. Norman picks up her first. Johnson departs. And Kayla Green, the junior, back out on the floor now for Coach Skinner and the Lady Rams.
Had a chance to talk with Coach Skinner down at breakfast this morning. He was using the broadcast for scouting purposes. I had to break down how YouTube worked. He didn't quite get the fast forward and the rewind. He said, man, I keep seeing this graphic up. I said, oh, you can pass through that, man.
Out front with the three-point shot, that's Norman. See, you're educating all the old fogies.
Look, I'm one too. There's a lot of people out there who
out front now, they push it right side. Campbell's free. She pops the three and can't find the range. So the Lady Rams come back the other way now. They lead at 24-14. Layfield. And Udofia now works it right side. Her shot partially deflected on the inside. Good defensive work inside by Brooke Wallace for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State.
Kentucky State cheerleaders have been putting in some great work this week. They've seen a lot of action on court.
So we're at a minute 39 left first half. On the move is Green. Got it airborne before the shot clock expired. Thoroughbreds come away after the errant shot by Green. A minute 20 left. On the weave now, Campbell slices left side. May have traveled, and she did. Campbell having some difficulty getting off for the Thoroughbreds. Made it look relatively easy with the double-double in the first round win over the Lady Lions, 21 points, 10 rebounds. But challenged here has not scored yet for the Thoroughbreds.
Yeah, that competition level is going to step up each and every round.
Yes, sir. Things change. Layfield now, entry pass nicely done inside. Got Foster warming the paint, and Foster got the lay-in.
Speaking of stepping up on Friday night, Morehouse a chance to get some revenge on the only team to defeat them this year. They get some get-back opportunity with Claflin, although they have defeated them this year as well.
Now they split during the regular season. But this ball game on Friday at 3:15, that'll be the telltale ball game. The winner pushes on.
Yeah. Toby said, bring your popcorn.
Sure. That'll be a good one. On the floor now for the Lady Rams, Tyra Thompson back out on the floor. Norman takes a seat. Good couple of minutes for her in the lineup. Ritzy, hard head fake, running jumper, hit the back of the iron.
Tell you
Ritzy kind of just pushes that jump shot out there, but she is deadly with it.
I'm sure Coach Brewer would love to see Jaleel Charles pick up some more quick fouls on Friday like he did today.
Indeed. When they visited Morehouse, that was one of the differences as well. He picked up some early fouls, and Morehouse was able to take advantage of it without him on the floor.
Yeah. Strong perimeter team. Maybe if you're going to find any one weakness, it might be the lack of size for Morehouse.
Reggie got them both from the line.
As we say, a sign of weakness for a team that's only lost once all season long.
Hard to find one. Inside now, Udofia works the paint, gives it over left side with the jumper by Foster. Missed on the shot, but there with the putback is Kayla Green. So Kayla Green with a good job there for the Lady Rams. She's got 9 points, 11 points in the ball game, first half. So a comfortable 28-16 lead for Coach Skinner and the Lady Rams. As we come to the close of this first half, Ritzy out front trying to find some space. They got to hurry. They won't get the shot off. So after the end of the first half, Lady Rams with a 28-16 lead over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State will step out for a timeout. Much more coming your way here on HBCU Game Day. We're live from the 2018 SIAC basketball tournament. Glad you could join us back after the break. And welcome back, everybody. We are live at the Bill Harris Arena, 2018 SIAC basketball tournament. Day 4 of our coverage. Quarterfinal day, second quarterfinal day, a quarterfinal of action here, the second day of it. And a ball game featuring the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State and the Lady Rams of Albany State. Winners of this ball game will advance to the semifinal contest, and the winner will meet the Lady Marauders are the Lady Marauders of Central State, who won over Benedict on Wednesday, 78-56. So that's what's at stake in this basketball game. We're back to live action. First baskets of the second half belong to the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. 28-18 the score now. Lady Rams by 10. And just that quickly, Green scores on the inside for Albany State and takes it back to 30-18. 12-point lead for Albany State. Half-court set now for the Thoroughbreds. Glad you could join us for our coverage. We'll be here right through determining the champs, both men and women. Whistles on the play and a travel violation by Brooke Wallace for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Lady Rams with the basketball. So Tolly was starting to get some social media action on our question about which team in the SIAC wanted men and women in the same year.
And I think the answer is a team from South Carolina, at least one of them. And could we have another South Carolina team? School do that.
We're trying to make sure that, as they do on Jeopardy, that this is the official answer. So,
Alex will take your money back.
Sure. Have it for $6. I'll take it for $200. But we know that Devin White has come in and told us which team. We know that's correct. We're checking the year now to see where that stands there.
Yeah, but Benedict seems to be the answer off top of a team to win both men's and women's SIAC championships in the same year.
I've forgotten about that dynamic duo, as well we used to call them, with Coach Fred Watson and James Rice. I was going back as far as Michael Moore in his days at Fort Valley, and the distinguished Lonnie Bartley and all those SIAC crowns that he's won.
Man, listen, hang around, because he gave us the full story of the origin story of his suits. So a little pregame, maybe halftime of the men's game. We'll relay that story that we heard at shoot around this morning, directly from the horse's mouth.
Okay. I do know that there was always some kind of challenge between he and Lonnie Bartley in terms of who was the most matterly attired in the course of the season. But to be curious and interested to hear directly from Coach Moore.
Unsolicited, too. Well we just kind of mentioned it, and then, man, he went.
That's all it takes with him. We were at the Morehouse game near the end of the year. I saw him over on the bench, and someone's just going to go over and say hello to him. Man, I was barely able to get on the air before we even started.
Hey, if he ever wants a career in broadcasting, he's doing pretty well for himself coaching-wise.
34-21, Lady Rams with the lead. Have it in a half-court set now. Out front, Thompson. Right side, they push it in the corner for three with the shot there. Rattled it good was Ashley Johnson, the sophomore. Ashley Johnson. Whistles down low, and a foul going to be called. That'll be called on Thompson. And the Thoroughbreds will have the basketball right of their cylinder, or left of it, and they'll push it out front to Campbell. Campbell with only 2 points in this quarterfinal basketball game. They exploded for 21 in the first round. But the Lady Rams obviously aware of her ability, and they really trying to shut her down. Ritzy with a floater inside the paint. Ritzy.
Well, I tell you what, if she doesn't have to jump, she won't do it. I have the opening.
Saving that energy, huh?
Yeah.
And Ritzy now with 14 points in the ball game. She leads the Thoroughbreds in scoring. At halftime, they had scored 18 points, and Ritzy had 12 of those. Another three-point shot there by Johnson in the corner. Shots off the mark, but whistles underneath. They call the foul there against the...
Wow. Coach Skinner, 27 years. Wow.
Yeah. And a lot of that in multiple roles down at Albany State. He is, I don't know if he still is, but maybe for the last 3 or 4 years he has not had all these assignments. But prior to that, he was a women's basketball coach, volleyball coach, softball coach.
Got 3 jobs, man.
Yeah, man. And you're a lazy bum, man. You need 4.
Wow.
5:44 left in this third period. Coach Skinner's women on the floor leading it 37-23.
Wow, if he ever has to update his LinkedIn, what do you coach? Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
After our conversation about YouTube, might not be on LinkedIn. I don't know.
Yeah. I would think that maybe Coach Skinner is
What? You think I need another job?
Yeah. Strikes me kind of as an AOL guy. So
be careful. Toby's still on
sure. Is he one of the last ones?
2015.
Yeah. The last one.
That's the last one.
2015.
Okay. And we got confirmation of what the answer to our trivia question now. So Devin White, you are right. That it was the Tigers and Lady Tigers of Benedict to last win SIAC championships on the men and women's side. But the year is where the difference is. The last win by them was in 2015. Devin went back as far as 2004 on his answer.
Wow. So you see our brains, it can go back about 18 months.
Sure.
After that, we don't know
we
what's
cap out.
going on. 2015 was too much of a stretch.
Nice little piece of trivia there.
Well, to my credit, I had not switched sides yet. I was still fully entrenched in the CIAA in 2015.
Well, we are so glad you're coming to your senses.
I've joined the dark side.
Interesting with the CIAA and SIAC matchups, which has gone on for years and years. SIAC on the basketball court really did a good job.
This year, they whipped the CIAA.
Yeah.
I mean, bad.
Right side to the rack.
Foul.
Yeah. Good call. Easy to see there. So the foul going against Herbert, and the Thoroughbreds will go back the other way.
Hey, I'm going to have fun. You're going to have fun at my expense next year, maybe. I know Winston-Salem State is coming to play at Morehouse next season. Yeah, so you'll have to throw some quips at me as my alma mater comes. And, boy, I tell you, the season they had this year and compared to the season Morehouse had.
Yeah, night and day, huh?
Oh, man. Let's take a look at the women's bracket here. Something to make me feel a little bit better here.
Change the subject to some degree.
Clark Atlanta, that Panther is perched on Friday evening, and they're going to have Claflin, so it'll be the battle of the Panthers there. Lady Panthers in that first semifinal. Albany State and Kentucky State right now. Albany State slowly looking like we're going to maybe pencil them in, just maybe. Still a lot of basketball left to be played, and Central State lays in wait for that tip-off on Friday evening. That's going to be a 5:30 tip Central Time. So that bracket has a lot of Panthers over there on the upper side of that bracket.
We are working our way through this tournament, and you say Friday like that's off in the distance somewhere.
It's actually tomorrow.
We will be back here with 4 more Untapped with semifinal action. Pictures are certainly starting to come into focus on both sides. 4:34 remains in this basketball game.
Not a very deep bench for Kentucky State. Only 8 players in uniform.
Out front now, it's James with the basketball. They'll work it down in the left corner. That's Green. Now across the floor they go with the pass to Johnson and a travel violation.
If you're watching us on YouTube right now, we'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. You'll get updates every time we post fresh content, which we do quite often. We have hundreds of videos in our YouTube archive currently, so you can take a cruise through there. You might see some blasts from the past that you enjoy.
A lot of good things there. Credit to you for building that archive.
Yeah, put a little bit of work went into that.
I'm sure it did.
A few trips up and down I-85.
On the penetration there, they're going to wave that shot off by Webb and get her for the offensive foul, and we go back the other way with 3:55 remaining in this third period. 37-24, Lady Rams win it, leading it at this point. And we're going to run across this name as a part of this set here for the Lady Rams. On the floor is a sophomore from Snellville, Georgia. And we'll take a quick stab at that first and last name as we have an opportunity to play on the floor.
Ooh, don't do that to yourself.
Uchimdaran Abibujo. Out front now on the shot by James. Creases the rim, but we're going to have a foul down low.
One more time.
Uchimdaran Abibujo.
You
That's
know,
the best that I can break it up.
whenever I do highlights for Morehouse, Doobie is first name only. I just say, hey, Doobie. So you've had a little bit of
lucky.
experience.
Yeah, really so lucky to have a name like Doobie, because that's a good go-to reference, you know, because he could have a first name like Uchimdaran, and it'd be just as difficult, so you may as well try to do it all.
Well, they do have numbers on the jerseys as well.
Night clutch. Yeah, that's true, too. Just call a number. But not certain about my pronunciation as the watch party is going on at Albany State. Certainly feel free to chime in and let me know.
Oh, what are they going to do? Type it to you? make you say it better? You already have it written in front of you.
I see it right here. I don't need it written. I'm going to give out Toby's phone number and have him call him. Right side on the weave now. Webb fires and knocks it down. Half-court set, 10-point lead now for the Lady Rams. Down at the block. Abibujo can't get that shot to fall. And the Thoroughbreds come back the other way. Chance to cut this lead to single digits, Tolly. So they come as Rizzi fires a three-pointer from way downtown and missed on that one. Abibujo clears for the Lady Rams. James underneath left side. Boy, that was nicely done by her. The freshman with the left-hand lay-in. So James now with 7 in the basketball game. And a 41-29 lead for the Lady Rams. Out front pushing a three-pointer is Kilgo, and she knocks it down. So the Thoroughbreds starting to up their game here with 1:43 left in the third period. 41-32, Lady Rams lead it. Up top now, Thompson on the move. Gives it over to James. Abibujo down at the block underneath. Can't get the shot. Fought for the rebound. On the putback. She's good.
I think the PA announcer just said the number.
I think he just said the first name, I thought I heard him say. I didn't hear it all, that's for sure. Campbell on the move, but she travels on that play. For the Lady Rams now coming on the floor is Katie Tabo on the floor now. Tabo on the floor for the Lady Rams. So the Lady Rams in heavy contention for the all-name team here at the SIAC tournament.
Yeah.
Back the other way now. Down low at the block. Title on the floor trying to get that shot airborne.
Good defense by
Duggar on the floor. That's who's in there under that shot and missed on it. So Duggar out. That's Kaylin Duggar, the sophomore from Fayetteville, Georgia. Transfer from Georgia State.
That's the second student athlete transferred from Georgia State, at least the previous game.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And interesting, we'll talk about this maybe in a second here, Tolly. Basket shot there out front there. I believe that was Kilgo again with the jumper out front. So just like that, now they've taken this to a single-digit ball game. 7 to shoot here for the Lady Rams. Turnover there. Ritchie won't be able to run that down and get it to it before the buzzer, but that's a good period of basketball there for the Thoroughbreds. They cut that lead for Albany State to 43-35. And at the end of 3, we'll take a break and bring you the 4th and final quarter of this quarterfinal matchup. Stay with us at HBCU Game Day, continuing coverage of the tournament just ahead. Live inside the Bill Harris Arena. One thing about being wrong, sometimes you don't have to be wrong that long. April Emery, the communications and assistant athletic director for communications at Albany State, sending along the correct pronunciation. It's Umbe Bunjo for the Lady Rams. So thank you, April. As we go back to live action with the 4th and final quarter here in front of us. 43-35. Lady Rams with the lead, and Campbell again for the travel violation. She has just had a difficult game all day long against the Lady Rams.
Yeah, offensively, had a big defensive block and a save a couple of possessions ago. Sometimes when you can't do it on offense, just do what you can on the defensive side of the ball.
All right, April, so that was a great response for you from there. Now, you know that roster more than anybody else at Albany State. You know there are a couple of other names on there that are difficult to pronounce, so just send me the pronunciation key for that, and it's all good.
Send them some hooked on phonics.
Sure. You got to take me back to basics on this thing, April. And a basket down the other way, make it 43-37 now. Back the other way. Nicely done there by the Lady Rams. They needed that basket, and Foster got it down low. And I'll give you the numbers, April, just in case. Number 32. And we can even go with number 30. Thoroughbreds now with the basketball. We're down to 8:35 remaining. Used to be a part of that family of sports information directors in the SIAC, and it's a very close-knit group. And April Emery, one of the newest members of that group.
Yep.
And doing a fabulous job down there at Albany State.
Yep, she's like me, a CIAA transplant. She called St. Paul's home.
Got the text here in front of me. Eric Tabor. Is that Eric sending that out?
No, that's April sending you more directions.
Okay. Udofi was pretty good on that one. Yeah, got that one. Thank you, April. That builds my confidence a bit there.
You should try another career in hockey. Enjoy some of those Eastern European names.
Yeah, enjoy, right? From the line, rattled with the free throw. That's good by Erica Jones. And boy, with 8:15 left in this basketball game, Tolly, things are getting mighty close here.
Yeah, for a while it seemed like Albany State was just going to run away here, but getting closer.
Had our pencil sharpened and everything just to go ahead and write them in. James is fouled in the half-court set. Ritzy commits that foul. Non-shooting foul there. Lady Rams to inbound it just to the left of their cylinder. Johnson set to do that. Across the floor now, that's Layfield with the basketball. They're trying to dump it down low at the block to get it there to Thompson. She's doubled immediately at the block. Leans back in, got a good entry pass inside to Foster and a whistle.
I need you to tell Mr. Official not to stop right in front of us.
Well, you're used to just throwing things at people at the scorer's table to get the attention.
Yeah, well, he has.
I think he has the authority to throw you out of here.
He has removal powers.
Foster got the first from the line.
Yeah, he's not interested in hearing, but what had happened was.
It got away from me.
I would just point to Toby. Toby said it.
We definitely don't want him tossed. We'd just be sitting here looking at each other if Toby's gone. Cameras would go out, everything on screen, just go black. Backcourt pressure by the Lady Rams there, and they get a steal there. 2-on-1, bounce pass left side, underneath, shots off by Layfield, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Looks like she just slid right on top, right when she got to the SIAC logo on the floor. It looks like she slid there. I don't know if there's a wet spot or she just lost her balance.
So at the line, Layfield, the senior for the Lady Rams, shooting here. Lady Rams got to concentrate now next few minutes to try to rebuild that lead they had. Layfield at the first free throw, she's on target. Her first points of the ball game. They come with 7:46 remaining. And she got them both there from the line. Albany State, 8 of 13 shooting from the free throw stripe. Full court pressure by the Lady Rams. Coach Skinner trying to amp things up as the Thoroughbreds throw the basketball away.
Yeah, there was nobody home on that pass.
Turnover number 16 for Kentucky State. And the basketball back over to Albany State.
I think she was anticipating someone moving to that spot, but that's the way to get it back.
Interesting pass taken away. James threw it right over to the Thoroughbreds. Ritzy hammered there by James as she transitioned down the floor. Headed back onto the court now for Coach Skinner is Kayla Green, the junior from Cordele, Georgia.
So the lead is 11, trying to get it back down to 9.
Ritzy rattles the first. That'll get it to 10 as Green comes back. One more coming here. Ritzy true from the free throw line. She's a senior from Bedford, Indiana. Left side, Lady Rams now. We're at 7:22 left in this ball game. Now behind the arc, Johnson. Now she's on the move, draws the defense, lost the handle on it.
All right, 3-on-1 break here.
3-on-1. Ritzy, nice pass up the floor. Gowan give and get back there, but she missed. There on the putback and the basket will be Erica Jones with the whistle, and she'll be at the free throw line.
Well, it looked like it didn't work, but it actually worked out better than just an easy layup because now you have a chance for 3.
Chantrell Holland back out on the floor now for Coach Skinner. He's trying to find that formula that worked well for him in the first half. As we take a look at that replay on the transition by the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State after the missed opportunity there. Ritzy with the 3-on-1. You see it there. Bounce pass, but it came right back to Ritzy after down low. Herbert was too deep, and Ritzy back in on the backside for the lay-in. Not exactly how they would draw it up, but it changes the digits on the scoreboard. Free throw by Jones is off the mark. And the Lady Rams back the other way now. We're under 7 minutes remaining.
Have to think about conditioning with KSU. Only 8 players. Albany State's bench much deeper.
Out front jumper, nicely done by Layfield. Senior went to work on that play. And Layfield now with a 4th point of the ball game. Lead back to 9 now for the Lady Rams. Seemingly have kind of found their footing here in this 4th period. We're at 6:30 remaining. Up top, pass goes to Wallace, and they dump it down low to Jones. So Jones starting to get active on the inside. She's got 7. Right side behind the arc, that's Green. Now back across the floor. They're trying to get it inside and a turnover there. Dangerous and ill-advised pass by Johnson on the inside sends the Thoroughbreds back the other way. 51-44 as we will approach 6 minutes left in this quarterfinal game. Ritzy wants to work right side. Campbell free for three. Finally, she finds the range. Could not have come at a better time for her.
She's been looking for the touch all evening long.
51-47 now. Coach Skinner forced to take a timeout. 5:45 remains in the basketball game. Take a look at that replay for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State, changing the dimension here of the basketball game. Trailed by as many as 9 just a few minutes ago, but back hot on the heels of the Lady Rams of Albany State. They're working it down low, just free. Erica Jones got behind the defense for that easy lay-in, and here Campbell knocks it down from the right corner, found the range, and we're at 51-47. As more action now is Ritzy on that 3-on-1 break, that unique 3-on-1 break. And it came away with Jones getting the basket after 3 touches on that play. Nice replay rack there, Toby Durham from Raleigh.
A 4-point game. It puts a little more pep in the step of the cheerleaders. The music sounds a little sweeter when you feel like you have a chance to maybe get a win.
Indeed. Just think about our ebb and flow for today, Tolly. Teams during the course of the ball game, we're sitting here going, okay, we can pencil them in now.
Yeah.
They're good to go.
Yeah.
And then just a few minutes later, this ball game holds true. It's so tight you wouldn't make a call if somebody gave you an idea who might win.
Right, yeah. As broadcasters, you're trying to think ahead, new storylines, match up. What coach am I going to interview? What questions am I going to ask? And then all of a sudden, you got to
flip the script.
Yeah.
Bounce pass at the block now. Foster handles. Down in the corner, and another turnover there by the Lady Rams, and that turnover comes right after the timeout taken by Coach Skinner.
Coach Skinner is about beside himself right there.
5:24 remains in this quarterfinal ball game. Ritzy on the move, floater by her, shots to the cylinder, off the mark, tapped out of bounds, over to the Lady Rams of Albany State. You got to peek in on that listening party or watch party down at Albany State, see where they are, if anybody's on the edge of their seats or just what.
Well, Eric's got our feed up down there at the watch party, but I'm sure here in the next couple of minutes, boy, they're going to be a nail biter down there.
5:12 remains in this basketball game. Lady Rams have led all the way. Out front now with the jumper. That one creases the rim by Thompson, but the Lady Rams with a rebound and a whistle down low. Good job there by Green. And she's fouled.
And the reason why we're able to show the Albany State watch party, we just have a friend who has the video expertise to get us piped in there. It's not that we're partial towards Albany State,
sure. Absolutely
as
not.
opposed to Kentucky State, but that's a resource that we have, and we just don't want to pass it up.
Sure. Holds true for anybody in the tournament. Got the watch party going on. We'd like to know where you are. Maybe tap into it, see what's going on at your place. Layfield now doubled at the mid stripe. It'll stay with the Lady Rams. 4:50 remaining. Timeout taken. This one, immediate timeout, I believe, here at 51-47. We'll stay here on this break.
Yep, I think we can talk about it here. True. I wonder, those players, they have to go all out, but you only got an eight-woman rotation there. You almost want to conserve yourself a little bit for the end when it's going to be go time, but you look at it now, down 4 points.
Yeah, you got to get to the end.
Yeah, you got to make it to the end. Then you got to have one more cylinder left that you can call on. And what really makes you tired, though, more than anything else in basketball, is playing defense. It's easy to get up on the offensive end.
Sure. Totally different mindset.
Yeah, and when you're down double digits, the thing that has to get you back in these games is playing good defense. And that's what Kentucky State has been able to do, is they've clawed back into this one against Albany State. They trail at 51-47. Hey, it's Tolly Carr along with Charles Ward. You are watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 SIAC tournament here on HBCU Game Day. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Sure it's about that time where you're ready to pick up your phone and get on Twitter and start chatting. Well, we'd love a little bit of your time, and just use the hashtag SIAC. Let us know what's on your mind with the tournament, who you want to win. How are you feeling about your team's prospects? Let us know.
And Tolly, I'm going to tell you the truth now. With 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in this basketball game, Lady Rams run down that basketball, leading at 51-47. At the block, the floater does not make it to the cylinder.
Violation, didn't touch the rim.
Clock violation. Just got an update from Yusuf Davis, who was doing the research on that question about Benedict, and it turns out that we're wrong. The year.
We?
Oh, what do you mean?
I mean, we.
Oh! Shot out front there by Kilgo. 4:14 left now. 51-50, just a 1-point lead for the Lady Rams. The date, the year for that double win for the Lady Tigers and Tigers of Benedict was exactly on point as given to us online. So our strong apologies to our just total disassociation here, huh? The year was 2004.
Oh, another turnover.
So I've lost the link to find out who that was that sent in that answer. Let's see if we can't pull that back.
Oh, I had
to make a personal apology here.
Toby was going down to Twitter, the comment hole, rabbit hole
again.
I had to hide it from him.
Maybe thousands and thousands of.
Toby's blood pressure was getting up.
3:36 remains, a 1-point game. Campbell trying to give the lead to the Thoroughbreds, missed on the 3-point shot. Quickly up the floor goes Green. She'll run the length of it, and she got the lay-in.
Campbell
Green
had
not to be denied that trip.
Campbell had a good look at it.
Sure she did. Out front now, Kilgo with the basketball. They work it down at the block to Wallace. The spinner is good by Wallace. 3 minutes remains in the contest. Lady Rams half-court set. Green back up to James. Left side now to Thompson. Across the floor. Back to Green for 3. Pushed it, and that one looks off, and it is off. Good screen out there by Jones. And now they're going to call a foul on that. Can't believe that one will go against Erica Jones. Well, she was doing the right thing.
Well, here's what happened. She was wanting the ball to go out of bounds instead of
going to get it.
And so she had her defender boxed out, but then her defender broke free, so she had to reach out and grab her.
Jump shot right side. That one's good. Nice job there by Foster.
That's one of those things we talk about on defense. You get tired. It's a little more convenient to let that ball roll out than try to hustle and run over there and get it.
Jones hassled out front by the Lady Rams. They're starting to step up their intensity. And they're going to have a foul called out front.
Well, the man you were looking to apologize to is Devin White.
Devin, that's correct. On behalf of Tolly Carr.
Devin, I was on your side the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't know what Charles was talking about.
Appreciate you, Devin, on that answer. That's the one that stands. It was 2004. You may be entitled to an HBCU Game Day shirt, but you'll be on a long line to get it.
A slightly loved one.
Good work on the answer there. Back to live action now. Green behind the arc. 2-point lead for the Lady Rams. Hard push right all the way through. Back to Green. Now she'll push left side. Back out front now with the basketball. Thompson free with the short jumper right side. Nicely done there by Foster. Foster starting to come alive in these waning minutes of the basketball game.
Yeah, those are some crucial 15-foot jump shots.
She's got 16 in the contest. Lead now up to 4. Down low, rejection at the block, and we've got a whistle. Brooke Wallace, the 6'2" junior for the Thoroughbreds, starting to go to work down low, draws a foul there.
I think this is going to be the 3rd straight game where we get down to the final minute, and it's going to be a 3-point game. You're going to ask yourselves, do we shoot a 3? Do we go for a quick 2? Looks like we're heading in that direction.
Same familiar 10 to this ball game. Wallace with the free throw and knocks that one down. 57-54. One more coming for her. Wallace with 10 points in the ball game after she drains that second free throw and brings this basketball game to a 2-point deficit. Left side, Green behind the arc. James, nice move by her in the paint, floater. Left side, she missed, got her own rebound with the putback, and she does a nice job with the left-hand bank shot. 59-55.
Kentucky State's going to need at least one more big stop if they're going to get back in this one.
Ritzy out front now. Thompson on that defensive assignment. Ritzy left side raises, fires for three. Rattled it good. Ritzy found the space and knocked it down.
Or they can trade 3 for 2.
Sure, that'll do it too.
Defense 3 for 2. Take your pick.
76 seconds left in regulation. 59-58. Lady Rams with the basketball. James on a weave. Gives it over to Johnson, and they throw it away.
There's the stop.
Thoroughbreds can take a lead here with a basket. Right side, Kilgo on the move. And less than a minute remaining now. Ritzy out front. She'll work it left side. They left her alone inside. Floaters off the mark. And they'll get her for the offensive foul. Good call there by the official inside the paint.
Yeah. Hindsight being what it is, if she would have pulled up for that jumper instead of taking that one extra step trying to get a bit closer, might have had a better result.
So with 48 seconds left now, Lady Rams clinging to that 1-point lead.
All right, we're going to need one more stop here.
Norman on the floor now for the Lady Rams. Left side, James to the rack. Boy, good job by her. Just put her head down, found the space, and got the lay-in. Whistles on a timeout taken by Coach Terrence Slater.
If he had not called that timeout, Campbell had some space.
Had some space over there. That's what I was looking at. She was going to square up and fire that one for sure.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a 3-point lead for Albany State. Lady Rams, I know, is led by as many as 11 in this ball game, probably higher than that. Right now, we're at a nail biter once again. Early ball games on this quarterfinal day. Lady Panthers of Claflin push into the semifinals with a 58-55 win over the Lady Magicians of Lemoyne College. On the men's side, it was the Panthers of Claflin University pushing into the semifinals with a 65-60 win over Lane. They'll meet Morehouse in the semifinals. And right now in our third quarterfinal ball game of the day, still in doubt as who will advance in this quarterfinal to meet the Lady Marauders of Central State in the semis tomorrow.
You don't necessarily need a 3 here. If you get a good look at it too, I would take that.
Kilgo got it into Erica Jones. They push it back out front, Campbell. Now to Ritzy.
You got to give yourself time for another possession if you're not going for 3.
If you're not going for 3. They're putting it in the hands of Ritzy now with 14 on the shot clock. And now Kilgo handles. They'll try to screen it for Ritzy if they can. Quick move by her launches the 3, hit the front of the iron, but Jones got the rebound, and a jump ball going to be called. That's a good defensive stand by Thompson in the paint.
Yeah, they're in the we need a 3 kind of time span right now.
9 seconds left. You're already there. Those are the defined borders of what you got to do here on this offensive end. Coach Slater going to take a timeout, going to try to set that up to get a 3-point shot.
It's been interesting. We've seen different coaches try different things. First game, we saw the quick 2 philosophy. The last game, we saw we're going to hold it for the 3. Lane wasn't able to even get a shot off. They turned it over.
We know what the theory was when they tried that.
Right. Kentucky State there got an okay look at it, but fortunately they got the offensive rebound. Fortunately for them, now they're going to get one more shot. So this is where you save your good plays for the ones you feel really, really good about.
9 seconds to set this up. It'll be Kilgo to inbound the basketball. And interestingly enough, Campbell's not out there on the floor right now. So they may be trying to go inside here to get a quick basket and get a reset. The alley-oop it inside to Jones. She switches back outside to Ritzy. She's doubled, and they're going to get a foul called on a three-point shot. My, oh, my.
Rizzy did not have
an open look.
any way that she was going to be able to make that, but she saw the defender leap. That's all she needed, so she jumped right into her arms.
So Ritzy from the line tonight, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Campbell getting reinserted into the lineup. Boy, oh boy, that's a big mistake there by the Lady Rams on that. Ritzy with the first, and she makes that look easy. 2 more coming to bring this basketball game to a tie with 5 seconds remaining. Ritzy for the second, and she missed on the second. Boy. The athletes continuing here from the SIAC tournament.
I still think you make this one.
Sure, absolutely.
Make this one.
Ritzy for the second of 3, rattled and missed, but the rebound inside Wallace to the rack, and she got the lay-in. Now with 2 seconds, it's going to be overtime we go. Boy, oh boy. Ritzy, not sure if she intentionally missed it.
I think she was trying to make it.
Let's take a look at that replay. We've got free basketball on the way here from the Bill Harris Arena. Another overtime as Ritzy from the line there missed on that free throw. Lady Rams underneath. A long rebound came out to Wallace, and Wallace able to corral it and went right to the rack for the lay-in. So it turns up being a 3-point play for the Thoroughbreds anyway. Ritzy didn't do it from the line, but she got one. And the rebound and put back by Wallace makes it 61-61. And our second overtime period in the SIAC tournament.
Man, I kind of felt like their goose was cooked after she missed that second one. But she got the offensive rebound and, man, had the wherewithal to get it back up off the backboard and in.
What an effort there by the Thoroughbreds down the stretch. They breathe a new life as we get set to go an extra 5 minutes here in overtime. 61-61. You got to know the momentum's favoring the Thoroughbreds as we get started. Tap's going to be controlled by them. Last night we heard Coach Fred Watson when they won in an overtime, the Tigers, and we knew that the team that got the first basket in overtime would win it. Wallace, or Campbell that is, at the right block now. Just underway in overtime. Thoroughbreds out front. Ritzy slides left side, lost her dribble. Jones underneath, 6 to shoot now. Kilgo can't get it airborne. Jones at the block underneath, and a whistle going to be called.
Hey, Jones was important on that last possession. That they were looking to set that shot up because she almost bobbled that inbounds pass, regained it, was able to get it out to Rizzy. So a lot of precision across the board when things kind of got adverse. They were still able to hold themselves together.
So Erica Jones with the first points of the overtime period. She's got 8 in the ball game. Now 9 as she sinks them both from the free throw line.
That might have been our most exciting sequence of the week, that rebound and putback.
Close to being probably our first major upset here as Green misses on the shot down low. Trying to save it was Foster, but it comes right over to the Thoroughbreds. Campbell runs the floor, spins inside, and that's a travel violation.
Albany State, the number 2 seed out of the East. Kentucky State, number 3 seed out of the West.
Underneath, James tried to get it airborne.
Oh, Rizzy saved
out
it.
Of bounds. She saved it right.
Everybody had stopped like she wasn't going to get it.
But saved it right to the Lady Rams. In the corner now, not even thinking about the shot is Norman. James out front. 10 to shoot here for the Lady Rams. Tough idea by Norman to try to get that entry pass. Easily taken away by the Thoroughbreds. They lead it 63-61. We're in the overtime period. Ritzy going to be fouled.
Oh, no,
they say travel. And Coach Skinner right there out on the floor now. Green has been kind of deactivated here the last few minutes. He's going to need her to get going in this overtime period.
Rizzy thinks she has some family here in the stands. She acknowledge their presence. We've been hearing their voices here. They've been hyped up all afternoon long.
Thoroughbreds jumping into that zone defense down at the block with the jumper leaning back. Shots off the mark there by Foster. And the Thoroughbreds coming now. We're closing in on 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the overtime period. Only one basket thus far in the extra frame. Kilgo, right side. Thoroughbreds with Wallace angling right side to the rack, uncontested, just missed on the shot. Rebound Thompson. Lady Rams got to get something going. They go to Green, left block. Green to the rack, shots rejected. Actually blocked there by the backboard. Too far underneath.
These teams are getting tired here.
Ritzy underneath to beat the defense, but they catch up with her. We're at 2:49 left now. Thoroughbreds with 2:40, leading at 63-61. Ritzy slides through and want to go back the other way.
Away from the ball.
I think they're going to call that on Brooke Wallace down low. Coach Skinner wants a timeout, and he will get it. It'll come with 2:37 remaining in the overtime period, and his team trailing 63-61. Back with more after the break.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on Fire TV, Roku, and YouTube. Just do a keyword search, HBCU Game Day.
Back live inside Bill Harris Arena now after the timeout by Coach Skinner. His troops yet to score in the overtime period. They trail it 63-61. They're trying to screen it for Green in the corner. They got it to her there, but way away from the basket. Entry pass is batted around and taken away by Campbell and the Thoroughbreds. Lady Rams just out of kilter now with 2:10 left in the ball in the regular overtime period.
It's a hard swing of emotion when you think you have the game won, and then all of a sudden the opponent ties it up.
Campbell, foul line extended. 8 to shoot down. Kilgo works it right side, pushes back and free in the corner. That's Webb. Can't get the three ball to fall, but Wallace there with another big rebound and a putback. So Brooke Wallace, the junior, with good work at the end of regulation and here in the overtime period. The lead now is 4 for the Thoroughbreds in the overtime, 65-61. And the Lady Rams just cannot find an answer. Probably just hadn't been able to score a basket in the overtime. Take a look at the replay here. As the Thoroughbreds enhance their lead. Shot down in the corner there. That one's off the mark. But look at Wallace with the rebound and a nice drop step to go back to the right side for the lay-in.
And what Coach Skinner has to be saying in his huddle, there was one of her, there was 3 of us. She got the rebound and she scored.
And just not sure, you know, Thoroughbreds, they've already played at least one the first round, and now they're in this quarterfinal ball game. And Lady Rams extended layoff before getting into tournament play. Don't know if they are running out of gas or just what, but they're looking very lethargic now in this overtime period. Just 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining.
Coach Skinner remarkably calm over there. I guess that comes with 27 years of experience. He's seen it all. Dare say in a lot of instances he knows what's going to happen before it happens.
See what happens here now. Philadelphia on the floor now for the Lady Rams. She'll inbound the basketball. Out front to Johnson. They go across the floor to Green. Green's going to have to take this overtime period over. Jones bounces to her. Green at the rack routes, right side challenged and got a block inside, but she'll get the rebound and the putback. Can't convert there. And there is Brooke Wallace once again for the Thoroughbreds, this time on the defensive end with the rebound.
Yeah, just short arm that layup attempt there.
Wallace with 15 caroms in this basketball game for the Thoroughbreds. Across the paint now, she wants to end it herself. Bank shot inside the paint, missed on that one. 61 seconds left in the overtime. 4-point differential. Back the other way. Green at the block, spins inside. They're going to get her for the offense there.
Yeah. That's frustration.
So Kayla Green, the junior now with that personal foul.
Yep, that was a frustration foul. It's not going your way, and you just dip that shoulder. You just want your defender to move. Get out of my way.
Make her move.
Yeah.
Thompson back out on the floor. Ritzy going to toss it up the floor behind the defense. Campbell bounce pass right side. Jones.
Don't rush it.
50 seconds remaining. Overtime period. Thoroughbreds. Just 40 seconds away from a come-from-behind win in overtime. Right side. Jones. 11 to shoot for them. They can get a basket here. Webb on the push underneath, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. They're going to call Thompson with the foul. And from the free throw line, Winter Webb, the freshman from Buford, Georgia, can just about ice this basketball game for the Thoroughbreds.
Kilgo just came up to Rizzy and said, "Oh my God." And that probably means there was a great deal of that game where it looked like we don't have a chance here.
Sure, a lot of doubt. As Webb knocks down that first free throw. Brooke Wallace, big down the stretch, back out on the floor. And Webb with a second free throw. My, oh my, big surprise here at this finale of this overtime period. Webb with that little stutter step before the free throw knocked it down. So a 6-point lead now for the Thoroughbreds with 31 seconds left, 67-61. You talked about Kilgo coming up talking about, oh my God, just being surprised by them able to get back into this ball game and be where they are in the overtime period. The language from the Lady Rams probably a lot different about why they gave it up and are trailing at this point.
We talk a lot about free throws, and we've talked about that all week, but I think the key to this game is defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, and that was really the difference in what could have sealed it for Albany State, not fully crashing the boards like they normally do on the defensive side.
Indeed, they lead it in total rebounds in the ball game, but it's an issue about opportune times to get them. And for the Thoroughbreds, Brooke Wallace has just been outstanding for them at the end of regulation and right on to the overtime period. 31 seconds left now. Lady Rams got to work quickly. 3-point shot from outside. That's off the mark. Rebound to the freshman Webb. She can't handle it. It's off of the Lady Rams with 24 seconds left. So with 24 seconds left now, the Thoroughbreds in a real good position here to push on into the semifinals. Much to the dismay of the Lady Rams, who led for most of this basketball game. And tied at the end of regulation. Lady Rams have not scored a basket with almost 5 minutes of the period elapsing. Just incredible. Have gone absolutely cold in the overtime period. And Coach Watson, with his comments last night about the first team to score in overtime usually wins it.
Yeah, the team that only scores will win it every time.
That's for absolute certain.
We have our first T-shirt toss of the week.
HBCU game day shirts?
They're HBCU-ish.
Good answer. Kilgo to inbound it with 24 seconds left. Got it to Ridzi, and they are forced to foul her. Ridzi with 20 points in the ball game, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. She can surely close it out with 2 free throws here.
And if you look at a cardiac pack type of team, only 8 players in uniform, and conference tournaments are so exciting when you kind of have an underdog make a miracle run. Kentucky State might be that team this year.
Thoroughbreds from Frankfort, Kentucky, down to Birmingham, Alabama.
They were disappointed in Birmingham a couple years ago. The football team made a run to the championship. Had that big upset over Tuskegee at their homecoming, spoiled the party, and came very close, very close. That game against Fort Valley State went to overtime, and they lost it after a good audible play by the Wildcats.
Yeah. Interesting that year of football. Coach John Smith in his first year at Kentucky State pushing to the championship. And down at Fort Valley, they win it with the first-year head coach. 22.6 seconds left.
That season, Fort Valley started off 1-5.
Somewhere in that range, yeah. It's like, okay, an off year for them, but they rebound well at the end of the year.
An injury forced them to go back to the old quarterback who was playing wide receiver. Otis Brown took them on home to the championship.
Lady Rams now with the basketball. James going to push it left side to the rack, and she'll be fouled going to the line. At the line, it'll be Alexandria James, the freshman, shooting here. Nice. James with the first free throw. Left that on the front of the cylinder. So the Lady Rams in 5 minutes of overtime basketball right now scoreless. Second free throw, clank there as well. There's a steal by James in the backcourt, and finally banks one good to give them a score in the 5-minute overtime period. 69-63 and a whistle in the backcourt. Kilgo will go to the line for the Thoroughbreds on the other end. So she'll be shooting here with 11.8 seconds left. Big turn of events in this basketball game. Lady Marauders of Central State starting to get a little more focus about who their opponent will be in the semifinals as Kilgo hits the first free throw. With 11.8 pinned to the ready to pencil in the Thoroughbreds. And I'll go ahead and do it after that free throw by Kilgo. KSU coming off the deck to come back and win this basketball game in an overtime period as James connects on that lay-in. And a timeout taken by Coach Terrence Slater. They lead it 71-65 with 4.1 seconds left. Nothing you can diagram up to get you out of this kind of hole or dilemma. And the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State ready to advance to the semifinals against the Lady Marauders of Central State. Action in that contest tomorrow at 5:30 here at the Bill Harris Arena. Without question, likely our biggest upset of the tournament thus far. Lady Rams second in the West coming into this ball game. This was their first contest in the tournament. Good record gave them the buy-in. Ritzy out front, she'll hold it there, and that is where it'll end. 71-65, the Thoroughbreds do the incredible here. They come back and they defeat the Lady Rams of Albany State. Final in this ball game, 71-65. So congratulations to Coach Terrence Slater. We'll have him over here at courtside in a moment. And the Lady Rams, we say congratulations on a good season. And they close the book now on them in the 2017-2018 season. An incredulous group from Kentucky State taking center court here after they do almost the impossible of coming back from about as many as 11 at one point. Close the gap, and they win this quarterfinal ball game. Thoroughbreds win it 71-65. They can celebrate at midcourt. And we have with us now head coach Terrence Slater, head coach of the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. And coach, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Oh my God, thank you very much. Thank you, appreciate it.
Let's talk about that ball game. You trailed for most of that contest, got back into it near the end, and went into the overtime period. What was going through your mind, and what were you telling your players during the course of this ball game as you were continuing to try to chip at that lead?
Well, we told them, you know, the first half these was all self-inflicted wounds. We were just throwing the ball all over the place, and we just wasn't competing. So we just told them that as bad as we played the first half, we only down 12. So you just got to keep chipping away. You just got to fight. Just got to concentrate a little more. And, you know, our shots will start falling. So that's what they did. They did a great job.
Brittany Ritzy standing here with you after you win this ball game in overtime, and Brittany will bring you into the conversation as well. As a player, when you all trailed for most of that ball game, what were you and the rest of your teammates thinking as to whether you could actually get back into it or not?
We got to win or we go home. We knew that we had to fight the rest of the game. As us seniors, we just wanted to lead the team into a victory, and we just knew that we can't give up no matter what. We have to keep fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
Coach, in this ball game, you trailed most of the way. You got it into overtime. When you first had that timeout before you started overtime, what did you tell them there?
I just told them, you know, the main thing is we just got to focus. We got to take care of what we can take care of. So, and that was, you know, hustle plays, rebounding and stuff like that. So I knew that at some point we would start making shots, but I knew if we just focus on the little things and hustle plays, you know, we would get back in the game.
And Brittany, at the line there, you had a chance to bring it to the overtime, missed on the 2 free throws, but got some big help from your teammate, Brooke Wallace, on the inside. Your thoughts when you were at the line and when you saw her get that rebound and the putback?
I mean, I went to the line like hoping to make the free throws,
Sure.
but that's what my teammates are for. They're here to have my back, and Brooke Wallace had my back on that one.
Coach, I know Brittany, one of your star players in this ball game, big job by her with 22 points, but talk about some of the other personnel that allows you all now to go on into the semifinals.
Oh, my God, 1 through 8. Brooke, Zaria played a great game. Winter, Jordan, Erica, everybody, Khalil Herbert, everybody contributed, even if it's not points and stuff, but everybody contributed with the energy and just the fight. So this is a total team win. Obviously, Rizzy put us on her back, but like I said, and like she said, you know, you got to have more than one person and everybody just got to be together, and that's what they were. They were together this time.
Now, you win this ball game in the quarterfinals, but the challenge for you all, and I know you're very familiar with this team because you played them twice during the year. They got you both times. What's it going to take for you all to beat them in the most important ball game of the year?
We just got to
Lady Marauders.
We just got to take care of us. We got to focus on us. If we focus on us, and we'll be fine.
Brittany, your thoughts about that ball game against the Lady Marauders?
We just got to come in tomorrow night and fight for 40 minutes, and that's all we can do.
Brittany, congratulations to you. Coach Slater, congratulations to you for a ball game that was well played it down to the end, and you push on to the semifinals. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Thank you.
Brittany Ritzy and head coach Terrence Slater, as the Thoroughbreds come from behind in this basketball game. They take it to OT, and they knock off the number 2 seed out of the East, the Lady Rams of Albany State. Thoroughbreds win it in the ball game, 71-65 in OT. They will be here tomorrow meeting the Lady Marauders of Central State in the semifinal ball game, and we will have all the coverage for you live here on HBCU Game Day. Our final quarterfinal ball game just ahead. 2 overtime periods of the last 2 days. What will this quarterfinal hold? And it'll feature the Panthers of Clark Atlanta and the Golden Rams of Albany State. We'll step out for a break and bring you that action here. All of it live on HBCU Game Day as we continue our coverage of the 2018 SIAC basketball tournament.